What if discovering the truth was the most dangerous thing you could do? Today we think of science as safe, labs, equations, peer review. But for most of human history, asking the wrong question could cost you your freedom, your reputation, or your life. Because new ideas don't just change what we know, they threaten who holds power. And throughout history, some of the brightest minds learned this the hard way. These are the stories of 7 people who were punished for being right. In ancient Greece, the sun wasn't just a star, it was a god. But one man looked up and said something shocking.
The sun is just a massive ball of fire, bigger than Greece itself.
His name was Anaxagoras. He also figured out something radical. The moon doesn't glow. It reflects sunlight. Today, that's basic astronomy. Back then, it was blasphemy. He was accused of impiety, insulting the gods themselves. Only powerful friends saved him from execution. Instead, he was exiled for telling the truth. The lesson was clear. Understanding nature could make you dangerous. In the 1200s, knowledge came from authority, from ancient texts, from religious doctrine. But one man said,
"What if we tested ideas instead of trusting them?"
Roger Bacon believed in experiments, observation, mathematics. He imagined telescopes, flying machines, even gunpowder formulas, centuries before they existed. But questioning authority was risky. His own religious order silenced him. Some records suggest he was imprisoned. Others say his work was simply buried. Either way, the message was clear. Observation was dangerous. Obedience was safer. Michael Servetus discovered something extraordinary. Blood doesn't just vanish in the heart. It travels from the heart to the lungs and back again. Pulmonary circulation, a major breakthrough in medicine. But Servetus made a fatal mistake. He hid this discovery inside a religious book, one that also challenged Christian doctrine. Both Catholics and Protestants turned on him. In 1553, he was burned alive. Not for science alone, but because his science dared to exist outside approved belief. Giordano Bruno didn't just believe Earth orbited the sun. He believed the universe had no center. Stars were distant suns. Other worlds might exist. In other words, we are not special. This idea shattered humanity's cosmic ego. But Bruno's real crime wasn't astronomy. It was refusing to submit. After 7 years in prison, he was burned at the stake. Not because he was wrong, but because he wouldn't recant. Galileo didn't speculate. He looked. Through a telescope, he saw moons orbiting Jupiter, phases of Venus, a sky that clearly didn't revolve around Earth. The evidence was undeniable. But the Church had already decided the truth. When Galileo published his findings, he was put on trial, forced to deny what his own eyes had seen. He spent the rest of his life under house arrest. The Church admitted he was right 359 years later. In the 1840s, childbirth was deadly. One doctor noticed something strange. Women treated by doctors died far more often than those treated by midwives. Why? Doctors went straight from autopsies to deliveries without washing their hands.
Hand wash.
Semmelweis ordered hand washing. Deaths dropped by 90%. The reaction? Mockery, anger, denial. Doctors refused to believe they were the problem. Semmelweis was fired, ridiculed, eventually institutionalized. He died from an infection, the very thing he tried to prevent. In the 20th century, Alfred Kinsey studied human sexuality. Not opinions, not morals. Data. His findings shocked the public. Human behavior was far more complex than society admitted. The backlash was brutal. He was accused of corruption. Funding was cut. His reputation destroyed. Some of his methods were flawed, but his crime was clear. He asked questions society wasn't ready to answer. Across centuries, across cultures, the pattern repeats. New knowledge threatens old power, not because it's wrong, but because it changes how people see themselves. Truth doesn't just add information, it rearranges identity, and that's terrifying. But here's the thing. Every idea that was once punished eventually became normal. The earth moves. Germs exist. The universe is vast. Human nature is complex. The truth doesn't need permission. It waits. And sooner or later, it wins. The universe doesn't care what we believe. It only responds to what is true. And the people who dare to find that truth often pay the price first.